Hey you, and welcome. In this video, we will learn about if conditions and logical operators in JavaScript. So let's dive right into it. I'll open up my Quokka JavaScript, close the terminal, and I'll start by writing a const set to 18, which is hours. And now I can evaluate this hours and see how my if condition can help me find out whether the hours are a certain number up or down using my comparison operators that we know already. All right, so I'll write the if condition. If condition starts with the if keyword and then the parentheses. Inside the parentheses, I can give it a comparison. I can even just give it a boolean or a number. In JavaScript, 0 would be false and any other number would be true. So 0 is always false. But in this case, I'll just say true and then start my curly braces. Inside the curly braces, I can do some business logic. So I'll just say console.log, it is true. Just like in the function, we can do more business logic here. I can provide more console logs, instantiate variables, call a function, anything I would like in here, right? And then I can also do else. So if it's not true, what to do in that case? Console.log, it is not. Now notice it's slightly dim color for the font, and the reason for that is because true will always be true. So my IDE just tells me like this code is not really necessary because it will never reach that code. Now, if we make it rely on a const, however, we'll say if the hours are greater than 0, tell me either console log first one or the second one. In this case, it is true, so that's why it is true being console out. But if I was to say it's less than 0, now it is not true. So that's how we can do conditions in the JavaScript. I can also do multiple conditions. Instead of saying else, now notice else doesn't have the parentheses like if, because else is the default statement to say if all of them fail, then at least else would be true. That means you can do some functionality there. I can go make a line break here and say else if. So else if will give me another way to check if hours is greater than 0. It is true. Let's just go with that one. Perfect. And then we can see that's the syntax for how you can have multiple if conditions passing forward. Now this is greater than 0, that's fine, but I can also say some logical operator to make it so that it's between a certain range. In this case, I will say is greater than 0 and hours is less than 20. So it is true for now. But if I was to change this to, let's say 20, now it goes to the else condition, because neither is it less than 0, neither is it between 0 and 20, it's above that. If I was to change the less than to less than equals to, now the second one is true. We can also nest if conditions inside other if conditions. Instead of using and you would just say hours greater than 10. It's still true, so it is greater than 0 and it also is greater than 10. And then we can do another condition and provide a console log here to say if it's greater than 20, and in this case it doesn't console log anymore because it is not greater than 20. But if I was to put this console log outside of the last if condition, it is true. So that's another way to write the code. Of course, the style guide says that this is not good because you're nesting your if statements too much. You probably should opt into working with the and operator and then provide your second logic here. Right? Greater than 10. Perfect. So that's and. Similarly to and there is an or operator. So and we use the and %, which is above key number 7 on my keyboard. But I could do or using the pipe. So double pipe will mean or. So either of the conditions can be true for me to work with this. Let me just see. Take that away. Clean the code a little bit. So either the hours is greater than 0 or is greater than 10. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. So either hours is greater than 20 or is greater than 10. So in this case, it is still true. If I was to change this to, let's say 0, then it won't be true. And the reason for that is because it's searching for something greater than 10 or 20, but in this case it's too low. So neither one of the conditions are satisfied. Perfect. That's about it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one.